Stephanie Milky here, aka Keto Mom, or often called mom, sis, Steffi, daughter, wife, aunt, and friend. Just like many of you, I carry a lot of titles. My favorite title is mom. I should probably say wife, which takes a lot of my time. But let's be honest, if you want to do something and do it well, you will make the time for it. Commitment is hard because we find ourselves overcommitted, but when you practice prioritizing, you will find out what is actually important and what you can let go. With the Keto Mom podcast, you will learn together how to manage our time, commit to the most important things in life, and I will equip you with the tools you need to feel qualified each step of the way. My name is Stephanie Milky, and welcome to the Keto Mom Secrets podcast. Good morning. Welcome to the Keto Mom page. My name is Stephanie, and we are going to dive into just giving you an awareness of 4 things that could be keeping you from hitting your goals. So as you're tuning in, where are you tuning in from? And I'm going to read, or I'm just going to go over one of the chapters in this book called Goals by Zig Ziglar. So it's a book I grabbed off the shelf this morning, mainly because I've been getting a lot of messages about goal setting, how to set goals. I want to hit this goal, but it's not working. I've tried for years. I've tried all of the things. So if we have an awareness of why we're doing what we're doing, it can help move us further because we realize we might not be doing something because of this, or this. So we're going to talk about some reasons that can hold you back from hitting your goals. But as you're tuning in, good morning. If you're watching live, it is Monday. I've got girls that are eating breakfast. We're going to be starting school soon. We have one daughter. Oh, my nose is tickly. You guys, I walked outside this morning and our whole yard from yesterday to today, overnight, had leaves all over it. It was like the whole tree decided to just go, all right, it's fall. I can feel it in my face, meaning I can feel the weather changing. But anyways, one of our daughters is on her way right now. Maybe I shouldn't say this. She'll be fine because I believe she's going to pass. She's going to take her driver's test so that she can drive with a parent for a year. Not her driving test, her permit test. She's taking her permit test. And it's going to be great. She's going to do amazing. She's on her way right now with her dad to take her permit test. And 3 other girls are sitting here waiting for me to do school with them. All right. Here's what I want to talk about. Reasons that hinder your goals. And so first of all, having an awareness of why are you doing what you're doing? Good morning. Why are you doing what you're doing? It was so funny. He told the story. I heard our pastor tell this story. I'm guessing this story is a pretty common story. But have you ever heard the story? No. Have you ever heard the story? So for example, he says the same story in here. I don't know whose story it is, but a man went to the store, bought a ham, came home, and his wife said, a woman, lady, wife, went to the store, bought a ham, came home, was going to make the ham. The husband went to cut off the ends of the ham before he was going to help cook the ham. And the wife said, why are you cutting off the ends of the ham? And the husband said, you're supposed to cut off the ends before you cook the ham. And she was like, why? And he said, I don't know. It's what my mom did. She cut off the butts, the ends of the ham. And the wife was like, why did she do that? And so he called his mom. And his mom said, well, grandma always did it. So then he called his grandma. And his grandma said, and so it just was passed down. Isn't it interesting how we do things in our life because of the way our parents did it, or maybe grandma did it that way? And so the grandma said, well, I had to cut off the ends of the ham because it didn't fit in the pan. But that one action of cutting off both ends, there was no reason as it was passed down from generation to generation, except for she didn't have a big enough pan. But, years later, they kept doing it because grandma always did it that way. Here's what you need to understand when, let's just say, living your life. Have an awareness, or just ask yourself, why do I do certain things? Why do I eat certain foods? Why do I maybe not believe I can do things? Like, it really stems from something in your past, something that somebody said to you, or it's always been that way, and why? And did you know that you can change it? You can stop things. Just because it was always done a certain way doesn't mean it always has to be done that way. And so I was reading through this book this morning. It says, reasons that hinder your goals. Why are you not achieving what you want to achieve? Why are you at a stall? Why can't you get past that roadblock? And so there's 4 reasons. The first one, and they're actually pretty obvious reasons, but the first one is fear. You're afraid. You might be afraid of success. You might be afraid of failure. And maybe one of these resonates with you. The first reason is because of fear. He just gives statistics about how many people live their life out of fear. And I don't think I need to explain it, but it's just the basics of, I'm afraid I won't get to where I want to go, so I'm just not going to do anything. Is it fear that's holding you back? Number 2, poor self-image. Again, I'm not reading all of the everything in here, but like, how do you view yourself? Do you view yourself from who you truly are, or are you viewing yourself because of the words or the things that other people have said about you in the past? So are you afraid? And if you want to share below, that would be great. Do you have poor self-image because of things that somebody has said to you? Maybe the way that you look at yourself in the mirror. Like, part of getting and hitting your goals, even just setting goals, is taking an inward look at yourself and going, I want more. I am worth it. I am worthy. Like, you've also got to love yourself. And how do you do that? By reading, by asking other people. Like, did you know, it's so interesting. Oftentimes we're afraid of what other people think of us, but if you were to actually get feedback from other people that truly love and value you, they would tell you all of the great things about you. Maybe you need somebody just to speak life in you. So are you afraid? Do you have poor self-image? All these things can be worked on. Number 3, no buy-in. And he talks about the power of, he says, 97% of people don't have goals is because they have never really been sold on the importance of goals, not understanding. Why is it so important with goals? I'll tell you something. We were at a park yesterday, and we've been, my family, my husband, myself, our life for years and years has been in the self-development space, right? So we worked on ourselves, and we have for years. We had mentors very early on in our marriage. So we've always been around really great people that are older than us. We've sought out people that could do things, have done things so that we could learn and go further faster. Now, we were taught the power of goals. We saw it in other people's lives. We saw the fruit of their labor. I was sitting with somebody yesterday at a picnic bench at the park, and he was talking about his job and how in one more year he's going to be at the optimal level of his pay. And I said, that's so great. What are your goals? Like, what are your goals after that? What are your goals with the money that you're saving? And it's so interesting because guess what he said? Nothing. I think he's 23, 24. No goals. And we've had these conversations, my husband and I have, with lots of people around us. And we'll just say, what are your goals? What are you excited about in life? Nothing. And it really could stem from their past. It could be their parents didn't have goals. It could be that was something they weren't taught. But I'm telling you right now, once you have an understanding and awareness, once you know, you can't help but know. Once you know something, it's really your responsibility to own it. So I'm telling you goals are important. I'm telling you that if you don't have something that you're striving for to move forward in your life, you're either most people think, well, I'm just going to stay here. I'm great where I'm at. I'm going to live in this comfort zone. You don't just stay. You're either moving forward and growing or you're moving backwards. So if you have an awareness, like, why are you not going after the things that you want? Or maybe you're like, I don't even know how to dream, right? There are things inside of you that if I were to truly dig down deep, I would go, what do you want? What are your passions? What are some things you're good at? What are some things that you've always wanted to do, places you've wanted to see, personal accomplishments that you want? Let's put them down and then let's put the work in to figure out how to get there. Are you afraid? Do you have poor self-image? We can work on both of those things. Do you not understand the power of goals? Because if you're not shooting for anything, you're going to go backwards. And then the last one, number 4 is, let me find it. Is this making sense? Is there anybody on here that doesn't have goals? All right. I circled this. I love what he said. He says, a lot of people say, I just don't feel motivated to do anything. Well, he goes, guess what? They have it backwards. When you go ahead and do something, then you will feel motivated to do it again. Motivation literally follows the act of motivation creating energy. So you have to start something, and as you start it, you will have more motivation, more inspiration to keep going. Oftentimes people go, I'm just not motivated. I don't want to do it. It's not just going to magically pop into your head someday for you to do it. You're going to have to take the action of stepping out and doing something for you to get energized to move forward. What do you want? And number 4 is, I just don't know how. And that's where you have to plug into mentors and books and podcasts. We have so much information and so much wisdom and knowledge at our fingertips. There is absolutely no excuse of not knowing how to do something. What he says is most people don't want to put in the work. Like a farmer, right? A farmer has to get the land ready. It's got to plant the seeds. You have to water and have patience and get rid of the bugs and all of the things before you get the harvest at the end of the season. Same thing with you. You're going to have to do the work to figure out, I do have goals. I am worth it. I am worthy. There are things I want to accomplish. I'm not going to live in fear. I'm going to get up and I'm going to own my day. I'm going to read and learn from people that have already done the things I want to do. And then I'm going to put in the work. It's not just going to fall into your lap. There's no such thing as luck unless you maybe think of the lottery as luck. Sure, I guess there's luck there. I don't believe in luck. I believe in hard work. And so if you're not willing to put in the work, you can't use the excuse, I don't know how. You're going to just have to go figure out how. You might not feel motivated to do it. You're going to have to take the baby steps first in order for motivation and inspiration to hit you so hard you're going to keep going. Do not let fear, lack of the way that you feel, self-image. Don't let the whole idea of goals aren't important or unawareness and the lack of knowing how to do something hold you back from getting that deep passion out of you. And it might be as simple as, I just want to be healthy. I want to be strong. I want to feel better. Deep down, you've got to put in the hard work. I tell this to people often, you know what to do, meaning the simple steps you're going to have to take in order to get to where you want to go. So if you need help on your finances, find a financial advisor, find somebody around you that has a great understanding of money and ask them to help you. You know that you shouldn't be going to Target. You know you should probably take off all of the buying apps on your phone so you don't go and shop, right? Same thing with weight loss. I know I should get the Oreos out of the house. I know I should go for a walk. I know I shouldn't be going through the drive-thru. You know the simple steps you need to do. You just have to get into the groove of doing it in order to achieve what you want, and it takes consistent action over time. So that's what I wanted to share. Don't fall into those 4 traps of not doing something. Failure, self-image, no buy-in, and not knowing how to do it. We are in an age of there should be absolutely no excuse at all between people to watch, books around you, the how-tos, the simple videos on YouTube that are all free at your fingertips to learn how to do something. So with that, it's not the ability, it's not abilities. What makes the difference is your thinking and your direction of where you're going. It's your thinking, right? Don't have stinking thinking. It doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve anybody around you. If you have stinking thinking, you better start reading a book or listening to somebody or be around other people that are positive thinkers. All right, that's the book I'm going through. It's actually a really simple little book. And you want to know what? I know people have been saying, is there a book we're going to go through all together, like a new book? I haven't found, so my daughter, our daughters, we've got 4 girls, our 15-year-old, she reads a majority of the books that we give her. So a lot of self-development books. And one day she said, man, they're all the same. They're not all the same, but basic concepts are the power of your thinking, finding good mentors, consistency, discipline, all of those things. I totally get it. So here's the book if you want to take a screenshot. But I'm trying to figure out a book that we haven't done that might give some different tips, but in the end, you're right. She's right. Most books, if their goal is to help you become a better person, it's like, I was looking at this book, The Magic of Thinking Big, right? It has to do with your mindset. It has to do with the things that you're believing. We were going through this book, which we can still go through, but I didn't want to go through this next chapter because it's just not easy to explain on a live, right? A lot of it has to do with your mindset. If you're not willing to put in the work to work on your mindset, then you're going to be staying at the same place that you are today for the rest of your life. That's just the simple truth, right? Doesn't matter if you're reading this book or this book or this book or the 100 other books clearly that I have on my bookshelf. They're all going to walk you through thinking first, watching the words that you speak, getting around people that inspire you, and then taking action. So, you have an awareness. Are you afraid? What's holding you back? Find something, read it, put it into action, and you will see your life change. You will see goals that you've been always wanting to accomplish come and accomplish those in time, right? So, I'm rambling. I hope you have an incredible morning. Thank you for tuning in. We need to get our school started. It's going to be an incredible Monday. Why? Because I'm choosing for it to be an incredible Monday. I don't have to homeschool my girls. I get to homeschool my girls. I don't have to go to CrossFit later. I get to go to CrossFit later. I don't have to eat healthy because I want to look a certain way. I get to choose better foods so that I stay healthy and strong for our kids. Your words matter. The way that you think matters. It's not I have to, I get to. You get to go to work to provide for your family. You get to go to the gym to be a healthier parent or spouse. You get to eat healthy so that you live longer and feel better.